opportunity to race here now a couple times, and just excited to be back.
How's the car earlier today? I know you only got a couple laps in that only practice session at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, it's, I mean, you could criticize the way it drives right now, but it's 3 in the afternoon. It's going to be 9 o'clock tonight. My car seemed a little bit tight, but good forward drive. So I think I'm going to leave it alone and just see what happens.
Bobby, you've been here about all week. How's your time been in old Stafford Springs, Connecticut?
Yeah, well, I've made it to the laundromat. I made it both restaurants, and I have wore out Tractor Supply. They about know me by name, and I bought something off of the out front yesterday, and the girls showed up, and I'm like, you probably wish you wouldn't have done that, so I need that right there. So she made it all happen. So we got back here Monday night and been here ever since. So been filled up with water and all the other stuff. So yeah, we're excited.
Now I saw your wife yesterday running the grandstands, up and down, all the way down and back. I didn't see you in the video.
Yeah, I did that one time this year in Yuma, Arizona, and I finished second out of a party of 2. And I said, you know what? You just carry that tradition going, and I will catch you on the way back.
So, got a workout, no doubt.
That is exactly right.
Haley, welcome back to Stafford. How was your ride home last week? Thanks to the wonderful folks in the airline industry.
Yeah, we were here last week. Was trying to fly to a Ford appearance at 6 a.m. after the race. That one got canceled. Got on the 10 a.m. flight home. That one got canceled. Got on the 2 o'clock flight. That one got canceled, along with every other flight for the next 2 days. So I made the executive decision to rent a car and then make my boyfriend drive it 13 hours. So it was actually, it went by a lot quicker than you think, but it was a little miserable at times driving that far.
You are driving to Pocono tomorrow, right, for practice and qualifying?
I mean,
not going to rely on the airlines?
That's a lot shorter drive than 13 hours back to Charlotte, so I don't mind that one.
Indeed it is. Also, a big week for you. We talked earlier in the pits. How does it feel to be 22?
Feels great. I feel way older than that. I think traveling and being on the road so much, it wears on you a little bit.
Let's talk about the race last week, Bobby. Physical out there. We expecting the same tonight?
I wouldn't doubt it. You know, I'm just thinking that. I don't know. I mean, you never know. I mean, we could have actually started the race over, you know, the next day, and it might have been a different result. You know, so you just never know what you're going to get till you get out there and that's racing. And yeah, it was a little bit, you know, it tore up too much stuff. I mean, no doubt about it. We want to race side by side, put on a great show for you fans, and you know, do that. And we can bump a little bit, but you know, don't want to tear fenders off. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's probably the biggest thing. And but yeah, it was when you're on the if you're on the receiving end of that, it kind of stinks a little bit. And, but yeah, I mean, we had a pretty good first heat, and the second heat couldn't pass. Third feature, we were okay, and then got in a wreck when Newman spun with Brad and flipped the left front, and so we lost a little bit of time there. But got back a little bit out there, but it was okay. But it was exciting from my point of view, put it that way.
Indeed it was. Greg, did you watch from afar last week, and what were your thoughts?
I did watch from afar, and I was kind of glad that I was, but then I was thinking I'm going to be there next week.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's part of it. Like Bobby said, pushing and shoving a little bit, and but you got to keep all the tires pointing in the right direction, otherwise they won't. Then take yourself out, and then it won't drive. So I'm looking forward to tonight. First time, you know, back in an SRX car here in a while, so looking forward to it.
And Haley, you said it last week, survive the heats, just save your stuff and try to, you know, get a good run in the feature, and you did, top 5.
Yeah, I think that was huge for me, at least in the heat races. I didn't really expect them to be that much chaos. I don't know if it's just start of the season or what, but there were so many situations where I was 3 wide on the top, and I made the executive decision that I was like, man, I'm probably gonna get cleared upon, so I'm just gonna check up right here and save my stuff, not ruin it for the race, because there's so many laps once you get to race time. Heat races go by quick. I was like, I don't want to be the one to have a destroyed car, at least if there was a few people, and I was like, I'm gonna stay back, keep it clean. I was like, if my car is good enough and fast enough, we'll make our way through the field. So that was kind of my goal. Tried to get a little bit further than that, but I ended up finishing 5th, and I think the race being cut short a little bit, we might have been able to get another spot or two, but hopefully we can do that this week.
Yeah, lost about 20 laps last week because of Mother Nature. All right, some more fun questions. We did this last week, coming from our karting drivers that race here on Monday nights. The dumbest way you guys have hurt yourself. Who wants to go first? Haley's in deep thought over there. Greg,
I'm trying to think which one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, what?
All right, ladies first, they're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, I was 14 years old, and I was inside our house, and I did a cartwheel and landed on a clipboard. And you know there's 2 prongs on the side of clipboards, like before you actually clip something under. My foot went directly on that, went fully through it, and I didn't realize it, and I had walked out into the tile, and all of a sudden I looked down and there's a pool of blood. Note to self, the 2 places that bleed the most are right here and then anything up high. So I cut open, I tripped, fell down the stairs when I was little, cut open my forehead, that bled everywhere, and the toe and the foot right there.
What worries me is you didn't realize you did it.
Yeah, I mean, it hurt a little bit, but not that crazy. I think your adrenaline gets going and you don't even think about it. You're like, oh, that hurt. Okay, oh well.
Bobby?
It's a good thing I had time to think about which one I wanted to tell. But so our neighbor across the street has horses, animals, donkeys, goats, chickens, cats, dogs, whatever, and they also have 2 emus. Emus are like big ostrich-looking things, right? So she called me. She said, "Hey, emus got out." I was like, "Okay." Well, we don't know about riding them, but we know about trying to catch them. So we are catching them, and so we caught one, brought it back in the back of the side-by-side, and then so the second one we're catching those. It is dark, so there's 2 cops that help on the weekends there. So I am following them, and I'm walking behind them like at 0 miles. I mean, we're just going like this, and I'm basically, I don't know what I was doing, but anyway, so they've pushed all the brush, all the briars. So they were pushing the briars, and it came back and squared me right there in the head. So I was dripping blood. So we get back to the barn, and I said, I gotta go. Well, I went in the house and I told my wife, I called her, I said, open the back door. I took off all my clothes, went in there, took a shower, blood just running out. Freaking emu got me, right? Emu and all this stuff. So I had TV to do the next day. So I go down there to do TV. I said, they put makeup all on me, and luckily it got up in my eyebrow. It didn't get my eye. But that was pretty dumb. So next time she calls and says, hey, some animal got out, I was like, I am not here. I am not gonna go chase your animals anymore, because the last one about to freaking kill me.
Greg?
Well, I had a couple of them, but probably the most recent one, I was at a sand hollow race in Oklahoma, and I took my dirt bike. I've been meaning to take my dirt bike because I haven't rode a lot, and I love riding motorcycles. So I took my dirt bike, and there wasn't that much area to ride. I was a little disappointed. So there was this gravel loop road that just kind of went around and came back, but I started having a lot of fun on it, doing wheelies down this dirt road and around, and I got a little froggy on the way back and ended up on my ass and then my head and my knees about growing back together. I couldn't kneel down for probably a month, and tore the skin off my hands. Thank God I had a helmet on.
Doesn't sound like a lot of fun.
No, but anyway, I went over backwards doing a wheelie on a gravel road, and it didn't feel real good. Thank God I had long pants on and all that, but it saved me a little bit, but not as much as it should have.
All right. Got time for one more. One question you're always asked and hate answering. Greg, we'll start with you.
I don't think there's any question I hate getting asked and have to answer, but I think it's funny. One of the frequently asked questions when I was driving or in the series is what do you drive as a personal car? Because everybody can relate to that.
Right.
Like what do you drive? So I would say that's probably the most asked question of any, but I don't mind answering. It's not a Ford Pinto, but I mostly drive a Ford truck for the most part. So,
Bobby?
Yeah,
You look bigger on TV.
Yeah.
Not Bobby, but
That's
that's
one.
one that I get a lot. Right? You look taller.
Yeah, you look bigger on TV. Where do you pee? And how do you use the bathroom? Yeah. Does it ever scare you to go 200 miles an hour? No, not till you wreck. And then probably lastly is like kind of like what you said. I mean, there's a lot of questions that like I don't know, not basically what you drive, but do you drive fast on the highway? That's probably like, do you drive fast on the highway because you drive fast here? No, I really don't. No. Anyway, that's kind of a question I get a lot.
Man, you just took mine. I had that one. I was saving it. I should have took my opportunity to go for you. But oh man, I say the other one, other than people always thinking you're speeding. You're like, yeah, and I just like, you'd probably be a convicted felon at that point. Like if you were always speeding everywhere, right? Like with how many speeding tickets and stuff and getting pulled over. So I don't know. That was mine, but I think the other one is, what's it like being a girl in racing? Because I feel like that's such a, I don't know, I feel like I've been here for so long that like, and been a part of it for so long that like, it's kind of just natural. Like I get along with everybody, everyone gets along with me usually, unless something happens on the track, but like otherwise, I feel like everyone treats me fairly the same.
All right, there you have it. Haley Degeen, Bobby Labonte, and Greg Biffle, ladies and gentlemen.